Good morning, Year 2. How are we all feeling this morning? Good. I'm glad that we are all well. Today's lesson is going to be very exciting and a very fun learning experience. As you can see in front of you, you have a blank canvas, some water, some paintbrushes, some acrylic paint, some water paint, and also a little bit of a sponge. So today we are working on creating a visual art piece. This activity will follow along our gardens theme, which we have been focusing on. I am going to be showing you in front of the class an example of how you would create this visual art piece. So with the gardens theme, we are going to be looking at the different colours that you would see in a garden in autumn compared to spring. So raising your hands, can anyone tell me what colours you would have seen in autumn? And what happens in the gardens and to the trees in autumn? Yep, so raising your hands. Yes, that's right. The trees fade, the gardens fade, and their leaves fall off. That's excellent, class. Very well done. And what colours do we see? That's right, don't we? That's great work. We see some oranges, we see some browns, we see some yellows. So we have different shades of oranges, maybe even some reds. That's excellent. Very well done, class. And that's because, that's right, the leaves are falling off and they're losing their colour. So that is awesome. And what about spring? What do we notice in spring? If you have a garden at home, what have you seen in spring? That's right, that's exactly right, yep. So this can mean, spring can mean new life, different flowers and gardens will bloom and flourish. And what different colours do we see? That's exactly right, we have different bright colours. We may have some pinks, some purples, even some blues. That's right, yeah, excellent, some greens, even some whites. Very well done, class, really well done. So, what we're going to start by doing is drawing a line down the center of our canvas because we want to be able to see the difference between autumn and spring. So it doesn't need to be a neat line, just with your pencil, just sketch down the middle, just like that, okay? We're just going to sketch down the middle. Side, it's going to represent autumn and the different colors and flowers and trees that you would kind of see in autumn. And then on the other side, we're going to look at representing spring and the different flowers and colors that we see throughout spring. Okay, so you can add different leaf shapes and lines as well to show that, and try and also do different paint strokes just to also represent the different environment that we have in autumn and spring. And I'll show you an example of that. So we're going to start by getting our sponge, dipping it in a bit of water and going over the canvas just so we kind of have that base to begin with to put our colors onto. Now we also have some watercolors and we have some acrylic paint, so feel free to use either, but please try to incorporate, so to use both in your painting. So this activity is about creativity and it's, at the end of the painting, they're all going to look different. But there is going to be similar colours, but try and make it your own individual piece of creative art. So this is going to show at the end when we put a bit of water over it all, it's going to show the blending of how the constant yearly cycle of seasons and the changing of the garden's image. So please remember not to be silly with water or the paint. It should be going on the canvas, not on your friends or yourself. If you accidentally spill some, it's okay, but please stop immediately and tell me so we can clean it up. So class, what do you need to do if you spill some paint or water? Great job. And where is the paint and water going to go only? That's right, on the canvas. Okay, so let's get started. We've got our water base. Now we're going to start with autumn, okay? Let's get our paintbrush. And I'm going to start with some browns. I'm going to start with a smaller paintbrush. I'm going to start with a brown. Okay, the leaves are falling off, so I'm just going to stroke downwards. Okay, the leaves are falling off. Also some reds. Okay, in there as well. Going to get a smaller paintbrush. Going to use red because some flowers and leaves are still going to be on the tree. Even some yellows. And see how you can do different movements. You can do different strokes depending on it. Okay. I'm going to use a bit of blue as well. So I'm going to represent the sky. Okay. Okay, so there we go. We've started off with this. Going to get some more brown. And notice here how we've got two different shades of brown because the leaves do differ in colour. Okay, I'm going to use some more brown. Okay, I'm gonna go onto my watercolours now. I'm gonna get the bigger paintbrush. Okay, and I'm gonna start with the orange. See how you can blend in that colour? Okay, I'm going to use some more reds. And I'm going to get red in the watercolor as well. So I'm going to do this is going to look like a tree almost, and the flowers and the leaves that would come off of it. Okay, now let's focus on spring a little bit more, okay? What colors are we going to use? That's right, we're going to use some lighter colors. So I'm going to start off with my pink. I'm actually just gonna put this on the canvas like that. And straight away, what we're already seeing here, I did not think, I just thought about how spring feels and how it differs from autumn. Straight away, we've got the leaves falling, a bit of a darker mood here, whereas here, straight away, we've got that light, flowy feeling of spring. And I'm going to follow through with that with some blue. I'm not thinking about where I'm putting it, I'm simply doing more delicate strokes. Okay, let's go on to our watercolors. So I'm going to use a bright yellow. I'm also going to use a green. Okay, let's go on to our green. Put some more pink in there. And you can even represent some different shapes as well, if you'd like to. Different shapes. Okay, so you've got some flow going on here. Okay, now we've got some beautiful colours here. Now what I'm going to do is, now please remember to be careful when we do this. I'm going to pour some water down this, okay? Okay, and we can see the colours, we can actually blend them together. Okay, we can actually blend them together. So now all the colours actually seem to blend together. Now, the way we can see this is each year we have our different seasons, and we also have, you know, one season, autumn, where all the leaves fall off and the plants die. But then we have spring, which represents new life and bright colours and new beginnings. And that is how a garden can be perceived. If you go out to your local community garden, chances are, you know, you can observe in the different seasons what different colours there are. All right, beautiful job, guys. All looking really, really great. Very excited to see these finished products.